sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. No one ever sees me, I'm losing every battle. Can somebody save me, I'm losing every battle.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It's the Brand Momentum Morning Show. Hope everybody is doing well. This is Faith James, your host, and we are continuing our discussion in the book, The War of Art. And today we're going to specifically talk about procrastination. So the reading will be short today, but the discussion will be more involved and interactive because I actually have a guest this morning, and it's Caryn Treister. She's the CEO and founder of Never Settle Life Coaching. And if anybody knows anything about how to move through procrastination and stay focused, she does, because I've actually been in two of her programs, her Phoenix Rising programs, and she's got amazing tools. So if you are within the sound of my voice, you want to stay through this entire program episode today, because she's going to be giving you some amazing tips. So let's read. We're on page 21. And again, the book is The War of Art and Resistance and Procrastination. So you've heard me say procrastination is the ne'er-do-well cousin of resistance. Procrastination is the most common manifestation of resistance because it's the easiest to rationalize. We don't tell ourselves, I'm never going to write my symphony. Instead, we say, I'm going to write my symphony. I'm just going to start tomorrow. Wow. Because isn't that the truth? I mean, if we're honest with ourselves and we look back into 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, whatever, how many things have we said we were going to do, but we were going to do them the next day, and now we're years later, and the next day, tomorrow, still hasn't come for us. It's so cunning and it's so pervasive. This is why I wanted to spend just time specifically talking about procrastination. So what is it for you? And good morning to everyone joining. Good morning, Brenda. Hey, love. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Dora. Oh, so good to have you. Amber, good morning, beautiful. How are you? Thank you for sharing the video. Yes, if everybody be like Amber, share this video. There's so many people that have dreams unboxed that need to hear this message this morning. Good morning, Benita. Thank you for joining. So you might not have had a symphony on your list, but I want you to think about, for you, what is on your list. Good morning, Pamela. Thanks for joining, my love. What is it on your list that you had a meeting, a conference call with resistance and her ne'er-do-well cousin procrastination, that you fell into agreement with this notion of, I'm going to blank, I'm going to start my craft design business, I'm going to launch my podcast, I'm going to open my boutique, I am going to write my book, fill in the blank for you. I am going to blank, I'm just going to start it tomorrow. Procrastination may be due to our fears, not having the knowledge to begin. Okay, I'm going to help you with this story. Thank you for that. Because as I say every week in Brain Therapy Thursday, your best friends, your two besties that you need to lock arms with now and forevermore. Number one, the Google, and number two, YouTube. I can guarantee, I can bet money, every single thing that we are thinking, hoping, intending to do, somebody has written an article, somebody has written a blog, somebody has done an overview. So remember our favorite line for this show: God says, God commands that we never despise small beginnings. So the fear sometimes, it's like we want to have the whole plan mapped out. We want to know exactly how we're going to get this book published, where are we going to distribute it, what's going to be the promo plan. And what we need to just focus on is just start writing some words. I was at a conference a few years ago, and John Maxwell was the speaker. I'm sure everybody knows John Maxwell. His whole brand is anchored in this idea of leadership. And I can't even tell you how many books this man has written, but suffice it to say, it is a plethora, a cornucopia, a whole lot of books. And somebody asked him, how is it in the world that you have been able to publish so many books? And you know what his answer was? His answer was, I write 15 minutes a day, every day. So that was too simple, right? They're like, well, what about holidays? You know what his answer was? I write 15 minutes a day, every day. But like, what about when you're on family vacations, if you guys are traveling overseas or you're on a cruise? What was his answer? I write 15 minutes a day, every day. It's brilliance in its simplicity. So we don't need to overcomplicate it. We don't need to have all of the knowledge kind of like packed into 25 boxes ready to go. We just need to hear, feel the desire, and begin. There's a wonderful saying that I love that says, jump and make your wings on the way down. Jump and build your wings on the way down. I've said this before as well in Brain Therapy Thursday, and this for me is such an anchoring point for when we say, oh, we can't or we don't know, we get frustrated. And listen, we're humans, right? We're flawed in so many ways. But John Kennedy, President Kennedy, when he decided this was the desire of his heart, that he wanted to have a manned mission to the moon. And it had never been done before. I can guarantee you, opening up an art store has been done before. Yes, yes. Writing a book has been done before. Yes. Opening up your boutique has been done before. Yes. There is hardly anything that we are desirous of that hasn't been done before. But in this particular instance, man hadn't made it to the moon. And he went to the NASA scientist and said, what is it going to take? This is my dream. This is my goal, right? He put it on his vision board. He put it on his wall. What is it going to take to get a man to the moon? Remember now, this had never been done before. And the scientist responded to him, the will to do it. He didn't say, okay, we're going to need to have 25 million acres of landing ground for when we need to bring in all of the equipment. None of that. The key ingredient, the most important thing, everything else is just details. The key thing you must have is the will to do it. Like, how amazing is that? So if you have the will to do something, you're halfway completed. You're halfway to the goal. Google, YouTube, people that you know, coming on to groups, shows like this to get the information. Yesterday I said to Amber said one of her dreams was working with her art. And just by coming on to the show, and again, the show is only a week old, she's already gotten an amazing idea for her art just by showing up here. So she didn't have any of this stuff before, but she took action. She decided, she's like, you know what? This show, this person, Faith James, I don't know her at all, but I like what I'm hearing. I'm going to stick with it. If you just do that, You're going to pick up nuggets along the way. And as long as you remember that cement barrel, it's just got to stay in forward momentum. Just keep doing a little thing here and there. You'll be well on your way. So I definitely know that you all have everything that you need. You have everything that you need. Yes, Amber, procrastination and fear go hand in hand. And it's fear from within. Remember, fear, the acronym, false evidence appearing real. Yes, information is power, and the information is out there. Here's the brilliant thing, guys. The Google, as of this recording, is free. YouTube, as of this recording, is free. We are not short on information. But what we need to do is take bite-sized information. I think I was saying this to Brenda one time in our session. I said, it's bite-sized. You would not feed a baby a 48-ounce steak, no matter how delicious and yummy it is. You can't feed a steak to a baby. So slice it up, bite-sized, and here we go. Okay, so I'm not sure who this is. If you could click around the video and give StreamYard permission to use your name, that would be wonderful. But somebody says, good morning, Faith and everyone. Here's where I struggle. Trying to do too many things. I prioritize and knowing what, priorities and knowing what to focus on. Bottom line is gaining clients. So many things contribute to that. So I get caught up in trying to do everything. So here's the brilliant. And I hear you on this because I too am there, right? As a CEO of me, right? As a CEO of the personal branding consultancy, there are many things that need to get done. You guys know I'm famous for saying it's not this or that, it's this and that. But what I want you to focus on are, what are the things that you're doing that directly, oh, hey, Megan. Yeah, if you could give StreamYard permission to use your name, that would be brilliant. So what you need to do, everybody will do this, is I want you to get just get your notebook out. And at the top, you're just going to put the things that I do. And obviously we're talking specifically within the business. So for example, it would be, so if I were doing mine, I would write, host the Brand Momentum Morning Show, host weekly Brand Therapy Thursday, create and run my Brand Accelerator program, coach clients one-on-one, be guests on a podcast, speak at summits. I would list all the things that I do, update, like right now I'm using Airtable to just really get everything from the agency in one place so that, for my admins and assistants, they don't have to ask me like, oh, where's the logo? Just go there and find the brand assets tab and all the logos for the company are there. So I would literally list out everything that I'm doing. And then this is what I want you to do. So the very first pass after you've done that list, you're going to assign an A or an asterisk, whatever you want to do, that you can directly see the connection to the money. So, right, we probably want to say, well, everything I do is in service to my company that brings me money, but we have to have a little bit more rigor and discipline to it. So when I spend time cleaning out my email inbox and organizing it, so when I go in there, it's easier to find things and I don't have agita and I feel, woosah, my inbox isn't stalking me. That's a good thing to do. It's productivity. We know productivity ultimately leads to profits. But that, my love, is not an A list or an A plus activity, as I like to say, an IPA. That is not an income producing activity. If I spent 5 hours on my computer organizing, cleaning, shifting, creating beautiful folders, there is no direct connection to my money. If I book time to be a guest speaker on a TV show, or I spend time to be a teacher on a masterclass, and I can make an offer to enroll in the Brand Accelerator program or come work one-on-one with me in the Platinum program, there is a one-to-one connection to my money. That's what I want you to do, because we're so connected emotionally to our work, to our business, to everything. We think everything is brilliant. I mean, listen, I can get lost for hours in Canva. I love it long time. I love it so much. A creative design, Caryn, when she comes on, she'll tell you, creativity, one of my superpowers. But unless I'm creating a proposal or unless I'm creating an offer package, that is not an income producing activity just to play around and figure out like, really cool graphics and little flittery things and the like. So I hope that helps you. So everybody get your list together. You have to know what are your income producing activities. You must be able to say, okay, when I was a speaker on this event, I got 10 email and then I got, 1 or 2. Even if you're getting emails, listen, there's gold in emails. So I consider that too an income producing activity because ultimately you want to do that. But Megan, I hope that helps you. And let me know how that goes. So what is it for the rest of you? What did you agree with resistance and her cousin, procrastination, that you said you were going to do? You just will do it tomorrow. And that was 10 years ago. That was 5 years ago. That was 8 years ago. Let me know, because I'm going to have Caryn come on and we're going to do some work around this. What have you negotiated? What deal have you negotiated with resistance and procrastination to let you believe, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Finish my book. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda. Finish the book. And if we think about when you write a book, when you have a book, when you say that you are a published author, you can make that connection to your money because you get on a live and you do a raffle, a drawing for somebody to get a signed autograph, an autographed copy of your book, and people submit you can make that. You can connect the dots to your money. Having that as a credibility marker where you can say, I'm a published author. Like I can say, I'm a 2-time international best-selling author because I have penned 2 books. So you can see the connection to your money. And so we want to make sure we look at what we're putting aside, any art whatsoever. Okay, so let's keep those coming. I'm going to join Caryn into the conversation. And as you're putting what you've been, procrastinating on, I'm going to have Caryn just say a little bit about the emotional state. This is the thing that I want you to hear. What emotional state are you in when you're in fear, when you're in procrastination? And then we're going to give you some resources, some tips, some tools, just some things you can do immediately today to move you through. So Caryn, welcome to the Brand Momentum Morning Show. Caryn is my first official guest. I'm so excited. Thank you for agreeing to do this with me. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody. Nice to be here. It's awesome. And thank you for having me.
Yes, it's my pleasure. So as we're looking at what people are struggling with, we can see it's varied, right? It's a range of different things. So as we talked about before, resistance knows no boundaries. Resistance is indiscriminate. It will shut down anything that's taking you from a lower frequency to a higher frequency. So if you're trying to reach more people in the world for greater impact, here comes resistance. If you're trying to slack off and say, you know what, I'm not going to write my dissertation, I'm just going to say, screw it, it's too much, I'm just going to go backpack through Europe, there is no resistance in your way. It's like the runway is yours, go for it. Resistance doesn't come at you when you're going from a higher order down. It's when you're trying to reach up and do better and be more and show up more powerfully. So Give us a little bit, Caryn, about you, your company, and then let's just have a conversation around resistance and fear and the emotion of fear and what state we're in when we're in fear. Just, I really want people to understand what that means.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So I'm Caryn Treister, CEO and founder of Never Settle Life Coaching. And I am creator of Phoenix Rising, Confidence Igniting. And we really do address all these things in my program. But a couple of things that are so important, like Faith was saying, is where you are on that scale as far as vibration, emotions. Because if you're feeling low, then you can't solve problems in that area. And it's crucial to raise your vibration and to get you to a point where you're feeling a little bit better. And there's so many ways to do that. Just do it, as Faith was saying. And sometimes we try to overthink. I know what we're doing, and we have to have it perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. We could use Mel Robbins' 5-second rule, which is, a lot of you, I'm sure, are familiar with that. It's just saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then boom, just go and do it. Another example I love, when I went to a T. Harv Eker, many of you may know who he is. He wrote the Millionaire Mind, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And he says, instead of aim, fire, like the analogy that Faith was using with the parachuter, he says, fire, aim. So just do something. Yeah. So that, and then I also wanted to just say, I think clarity too, Faith and everybody out there, I think that clarity is a huge thing. I think that can really stop you. Of course, all the distractions going on and really focusing. So there are tools for focusing, and I know we've got a lot of those tools. So clarity is huge, and if you can find more clarity, that's going to really organize your brain. And that's another thing that we really do, is to declutter your brain however you can. A lot of people go out for a nature walk. You can do it that way. You can meditate. You can do yoga. I'm sure, I don't know who else has things that they do.
Yeah, let me see in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a couple of people agreeing with that. And so I think that what I want to give to everyone today is, what's like an affirmation, or what's something that they can, so small, but they can start with right now to really kind of get them centered on releasing the fear. And so share with us a little bit though, like, what emotional state are you in when you're in fear?
Well, you're suffering. I mean, that mode in most of the country is in fear right now. Unfortunately, when we're suffering, we're stagnant. You can't do anything. We've got a muddled brain, and it's so clouded. And when you can clear that and raise your consciousness and get out of the busyness, which is not easy. And I recommend that everyone do this as quickly as possible. And that's one of my tips, is that do this first thing in the morning. And because I don't know about you, but I can conjure up all kinds of bad things in the morning, right? Self-doubt, and I'm not good enough, and you shouldn't be doing this, and all those things. So if you can do something positive in the morning, journaling, absolutely, I love that. Thank you, Dora. Journaling is perfect, because you're really bringing everything in your mind to the prefrontal cortex, and your reasoning comes back. And you can get to your truth. And so many things unfold when you journal. So if you could just get quiet, even for a minute, or start reading something positive right away. I do meditations first thing to stop my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what I love about this too, and somebody said that they really needed this, especially today, is that was a big shift for me, because I wasn't doing, I was kind of doing it throughout the day, as in when I got to it. But then ever since I was in your Phoenix Rising Confidence Igniting program, and just that shift. So if everybody can really hear this, that before your feet even hit the ground, to say something positive, to affirm something positive. Yesterday I gave you my morning prayer of not only gratitude, but of expectation. And I did a segment on why expectation is so huge. And if you remember, the prayer was, Father God, thank you for waking me up to see this beautiful day. I've never seen one like it before. Father God, I know something amazing is going to happen to me today, and I want to thank you in advance. So you're already setting up yourself with a feeling of expectation that something amazing is going to happen, not like, oh gosh, here comes Friday, can't imagine, so all kinds of craziness are going to happen to me today, or I bet you this person's not going to call back, or I bet you that client's not going to sign up, because they always waste my time, and then they never sign up. So you've got to shift. You got to shift that. Remember what I said, we can have no commingling with resistance. We can have no commingling with resistance. We can have no commingling with resistance, because resistance is here to bury you. Its only aim is to kill and destroy. It is not about just disabling you or maiming you. It wants to destroy. So in our remaining moments, Caryn, I want you to just share a little bit about your program that you have coming up on Monday. And ladies and gentlemen, and anybody who's listening in to replay, I really want you to think about, I've been in this place for how long? How long have you been stuck? How long have you been thinking about doing something with your art? How long have you been doing this dreaming around finishing your book? How long have you been thinking about really being more focused on the priorities that really bring in money into your company? How long? Has it been a month, 2 months, 5 months, a year, 2 years, 10 years, right? Somebody says way too long. So I want you to take action today. When Caryn gives you her information, I want you to just go and do it. With all the love that I can muster, I am telling you, don't question it. Don't ask anything about it. You are here by divine appointment. And if you've been wondering, hoping, thinking how, you will not get any shift if you don't shift yourself. So now when you say, yes, I'm going to do this program with Caryn and her Phoenix Rising group come Monday, you are physically shifting. You are saying to resistance, I abhor, have total disdain for you, out of my house. You have to physically, remember I said you got to physically move yourself. I want you to physically move your entire essence and energy and go do something directly in this path of getting to the dreams that you've been just deferred. I mean, we can defer and defer and defer, and it'll be deferred and we're dead and it's gone and it's done. And you don't want that to happen. So Caryn, I want you to share the information.
Thank you for that. And you know what, everyone, my hope and prayer is just to have no one suffering. And I don't know if you know, my mission is to free 1 million women who are suffering from the tyranny of self-doubt. But this is more than that. And even if you've got all the confidence in the world, look at Faith certainly does, has, and you know what? You're going to get something from this program. It's about consistency. It's about letting go. I do NLP, I do tapping. We're going to let go of some of these emotions that you have and find clarity on what you want, what you desire. Faith was talking about desire and will. If you have that desire, it's something that you have to be aligned with, and you have to be in the flow. And we're going to get your mind, your body, your energy all working for you together. And we are support each other. It's consistency. It's training your brain every single day. And it doesn't have to take long. When you focus on that, that's what you get. Whatever you focus on, you're going to get. So you are going to develop your will when you find what you are really, really in tune with. And so it's about accountability. We're going to have accountability, talk about the laws of the universe. We're going to be doing, like I said, the focus and concentration exercises. There's so much, and it's just a fun program. It's Monday nights. And then we have, there's tools that I put into a support. There's a private group, and I'm always coming on and giving tools in there. And it's just, it's something that really, it's a reset for right now. And who doesn't need a reset, right? So if this resonates with you, then I'd love to have you. I've got a special New Year's price on it. It's worth way, 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 way more.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. And Caryn at Never Settle Life Coaching. You see her email there. Just send her an email right now. Like literally right now. I want you to take your phone and type her email in. And because what am I getting you to do? I'm getting you to physically shift your body and your mind right now. Listen, even if you don't decide, let's just say, which I hope not, but let's just even say, but just the mere act of you taking this step and creating an email just to say, hey, Caryn, saw you on Faith's Brand Momentum Morning Show. I would like to just get a little bit more information on your program. That's it. Just even that action is going to create a shift. Caryn, you wanted to say something?
I love what you just said, because decision is such a huge thing. And here's the thing, even if it's not the decision to do this, make that decision like Faith talks about, because providence happens. Things come your way.
Yes. Yes.
It's an amazing thing when you just do that. Everything changes around you. So
absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, somebody says, what you think is what you get. Love it. Absolutely. Energy flows where attention goes. If you're focusing on fear and suffering and, oh my gosh, this never works out for me, I can never do these things, universal law says you're going to get more. It just is. It may not be fair. You may not believe that it's true, but like I like to say to my clients sometimes, the fact that you don't understand it doesn't make it any less true. It is universal law. Mm-hmm. Energy flows where attention goes. So just imagine you're in a group, and listen, this will be my third vibrational pod. Every time she runs these programs, I'm in it, because like Caryn says, yeah, right. I show up and I have all the confidence in the world, but guess what? I'm a human and I am flawed, and I have areas that I still need to be working on to build better in different areas of my life regards to my business. So never, ever, ever get that false notion that, I journal. I've heard meditation stuff before. I know what the thing that struck me the very first time I did this with Caryn was, wow, I'm like, this is like, the work is custom. Because in the beginning, she asks you, what is it that you want to get out of it? And then she has those words. And then so everything, the meditation, the exercises, the clearing, oh my gosh, can I tell you guys, at least 3 different occasions, and this is not to scare anybody, but just to know that it works, where I was doing the letting go meditation, where you go in, I mean, like crying. Like I was even talking to my mom about my experience. And even as I was telling my mom about it, I was just like so emotional, because guess what? What I know about myself and what I'm really good at, I can compartmentalize. I am queen of being pragmatic. We can't deal with this right now. Let's just shut it down. So it's deep down in here. And only and until you give yourself permission to release, to let go, things that you don't even know that your subconscious mind is attending to from when you were 10 years ago, when you had a relationship that you felt like you were, taken advantage of, and you're like, oh, whatever, later for her, but it's still eating at you because you haven't done the release work. So it's just brilliance all through and through. So Caryn, I want to thank you so much for being my inaugural guest. I want you to thank you for being such a great friend. I want you to thank you for being such a master at your craft, and in such a loving and caring and guiding way, allow us to be in the knowing of where we are emotionally, because this is one thing I say too. If you don't know where you are, you don't know where you can get to. I didn't realize when I was always in like worry and fear, like, oh my God, that I would, like, my physical energy, my body was in suffering. I joked with Brenda. I was like, oh, we're moving out of Sufferation Village. Are you kidding me? Suffering energetically, right? All the cells in my body are emanating, vibrating suffering. No, ma'am, we can't do any creative work from suffering. We can't make money from suffering. You cannot create magic when you're energetically vibrating at suffering. Suffering doesn't just mean physical pain. Suffering means pain at the cellular level, that you don't even feel it, but it's there. So everyone, if you have even 1% of you that you think, yeah, I want to make a shift some way, somehow, take my advice. Email Caryn Treister. It's Caryn@neversettlelifecoaching.com. Just say you saw her on the show and you want to learn more. It doesn't commit you to buying anything, because I know sometimes people are afraid, oh, if I touch somebody's email, then they're going to like hunt me and stalk me. No, that is not good vibration. I don't do that. Caryn doesn't do that. But I want you to take a different action. I want you to shift. I want you to move. Just feel that difference when you say, you know what, I'm ready and willing to stand up for myself, even just a little bit. Because this whole series, this month in January, we're on Operation Kill Resistance. How do you kill resistance? You take action. What is your action? Your only thing I'm asking you to do is right now on your phone, send Caryn an email and say, tell me more. That's it. Caryn, my love, thank you so much. I am so grateful to you. I look forward to seeing you in our first session on Monday, 7 p.m. One time I said, when you see like a really huge bright light emanating from the west coast of Florida, that's me raising my vibration. Because I'm telling you, every time I'm in your program, magic happens. I attract so much abundance.
Watch out, everybody.
So many opportunities. It's not to be doubted. So thank you again, Caryn. I so appreciate you. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So that's it, everyone. That is it. Was that good for you? Let me know in the comments. Wonderful. Who is this, my beautiful? I will be emailing her. Thanks. Let me know. Sprinkles. Oh, yes. Tight hugs and tons of sprinkles. I receive this. Oh, Beth, you just made my morning. I thank you, honey, for showing up and for blessing me with your kind words. So this is what we're continuing. So we won't be on tomorrow or Sunday, but we will be back with Momentum morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern. And remember, if you are not on my email list and you want to be, just drop your email in the comments, because what I did maybe in a few days ago, I sent an email saying, hey, do you want to come on and be a guest? It's just conversation, right? It's like me with my coffee mug. You see, I'm not like all joie de vivre. It's just a conversation, because all we have to really focus on is like getting one more person closer to her goal. That's the intention. That's the mission for the show. Like Amber. Amber was not in my radar. Amber came on, saw the notification, she clicked, and just from watching the show for a week, she said she has deposited a brilliant idea for her art. This is my mission. This is my joy. This is why I was just so divinely directed to do this. And I'm so happy to be obedient to God and his word. Jazzy. Okay, let me make a note to check I'll come back for these quotes. But yeah, the reason I'm asking for the email is if you have any words of wisdom. If you have any things that you're doing that you do to keep yourself moving forward, momentum, I want it to be a place where you can share. I want it to be a place where people can hear your story and how you have kept your cement barrel rolling, so we can inspire other people. So be well, everyone. Oh, Amber, brilliant, Amber. I'm just setting intentions and thanking God in advance that I will see you Monday at 7 p.m. in the program. I'm telling you, honey, if you trust anything of what I've done for you this week, this is going to be next level. I love you so much. Have a blessed weekend yourself, my love. Be intentional about moving your body out of resistance, even if it's a small thing. Don't let procrastination trick you into thinking, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow, because it's 10 years and you still ain't get to it yet. So nothing's going to change if you don't change. Jim Rome, one of my mentors from afar, brilliant quote: in order for things to change, you must change. We can't sit under the tree and, oh my gosh, I wish I had this. I wish I had a bigger house. I wish I had money. I wish I had love. I wish I had. If we're not doing anything to physically change our energy, our makeup, and it's not big, huge steps, it's just teeny tiny little steps. So thank you. Hey, Brenda, my love, I will see you in just over an hour on the mat for our sculpt yoga. People, if you need help moving your body, this is the way to do it. I mean, I had such resistance. Oh my gosh, I had such resistance about starting a yoga practice. And when it would get hard, and when it was like, oh, the downward dog and my calf is tight, and I'm like, oh, forget this crap. I have time for this. And I have to remember and work myself through that resistance is showing up. It's not my friend. It doesn't feel badly for me like, oh, Faith, yeah, take a break. The resistance is showing up because what? It wants to bury me. It wants to bury me overweight, not healthy, and fat. That's why it's coming up when I'm in yoga class saying, oh, lift your leg up and stretch. What is she talking about? Why is she talking about flip your dog? And why do we have to do dancing bridge? What is all this for? Can't we just stretch and keep it easy? That's resistance. And so I know that chick well. I see her and I know exactly what she's all about. Right? I know what she's all about. Procrastination elimination should be your destination. Bam, you can trust Sprinkles for some really good words of wisdom. Yes, ma'am. That is the thing. And hear this. You don't have to, this is where sometimes we miss it. It doesn't require you to take big, huge, massive wholesale change. It takes a little step, like just leaning closer and saying, let me get a little bit more information. So thank you so much. Good morning, Tammy. Oh, thank you for joining us. I'm so glad that you're here and that you're finding this very informational and useful. Thank you. Warriors don't get breaks. I love it. So that's it, everybody. Remember to email. I'm going to put her email up one more time. Caryn@neversettlelifecoaching.com. You do not want to miss the opportunity to make a shift in your life. You want to just email her. Like I said, even if you don't have an intention to do any, I want you to physically take that step. Hey, saw you on the show. And let's just even say if that's all you want to do. But please take a new, different action. That's how we get into our new flow. That's how we get into just really kind of getting up to a new level of being us. So with that, beautifuls, I'm going to bid you all adieu. It's been my joy, my infinite pleasure to create the show, to be here as just a servant for you, to helping you get to where you need to be. And one thing I'm going to leave you with, remember this, we have to just be really kind to ourselves. It is so easy to look left, look right, and go, oh my gosh, another launch, this chick's doing another launch. Oh, she's got these many people. I still can't get like the first 10 people in my thing. It is so easy. But you have to remember always, you're on your own race. They're on a different path. Just like when Jesus decided the mission was to have Paul, formerly known as Saul, be the messenger for the non-Jewish people, and the rest of the crew We're looking at Jesus. I'm sorry, wait, what? This one who was trying to kill us? You want to bring him into the, and not mind your business. You do you. Peter, you for the Jewish people. Paul, he's going to go talk to the non-Jewish people. And I've spoken. That's it. Right? Everybody's on a different race. Do you think it was that Peter didn't have the anointing? He didn't have the information. He didn't have the knowledge to really go spread the word, the good news, the gospel to the non-Jewish people? You think he couldn't do it? No, he could do it. He was Jesus's day one. He could do it. But everybody has a divine assignment. Everybody has a different mission. Everybody's on a different race. Focus on your race. That's all you're here to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Right? Boom. Yes, ma'am. We're going to send everybody off with the boom. All right, beautifuls. I love you so much. Take care. Be well. Have a fab day. And I will see you guys next week.